Hi there. This is day 5 of the 30-day camera challenge, and today's topic is share a travel story. Now, this topic doesn't interest me as much because I'm not really much of a traveler. Last time I went traveling is with my wife to Indonesia, and a lot of the time I just work from home, but in Indonesia, which is a couple of hours behind, so it's totally manageable. And after my work hours done, I usually go to the nearest shopping mall and eat some food and do some shopping, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much a rinse and repeat. Used to go maybe once or twice a year, but I don't really count that as traveling. Like I have to fly overseas, but a lot of a lot of the times it's just me working over there instead of here. I do occasionally go on a road trip with some of my really good friends for 3 days, and that usually consists of traveling somewhere around New South Wales, like Ulladulla, for example, and then we would play board games and eat junk food, and sometimes go to their local restaurant and try their food. And finally, the last time I had like what I call like a proper like getaway slash travel is back in my uni days when I went to Southeast Asia and spent like 6 weeks there, all over Southeast Asia. So that was Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Malaysia. Now that was a bit of a trip, and I really enjoyed that. But still, if I could go back, maybe I wouldn't have done it. It costs a lot of money, and when I was in uni, spent pretty coin there, but it was good memory nonetheless. So, given that I'm not a big proponent of traveling, I want to unpack a little bit and try to get an understanding of why I don't really like to travel. And hopefully, some of you out there might share the same view with me, but definitely, I think it's worth discussing. So the first part is that I can't do my hobbies while I'm traveling. So that includes back in the day would have been playing video games or doing drawing or going to the gym, controlling my diet. Everything gets thrown out the window and you're just exposed with all this different new activities and new cultures. And sometimes it's good for like a couple of days, but it dies down pretty quick and I get pretty homesick fairly quickly. Now, the second point is I'm more into buying things than traveling. I don't know, I've always been into buying material things and keeping it for a long period of time than going to an overseas or spending the money to go somewhere for 2 weeks and you come back and, sure, you're left with memories, but, I'd rather have a camera in my room for a good couple of years than maybe forever, you never know, than 2 weeks of holidays and coming back. Sure, the memory was good, but I'd rather have a camera if you ask me. And when you come back from your holidays, like let's face it, your life hasn't changed. Your work still exists. You still have to do your house chores. Like your life hasn't magically turned upside down from traveling. Like you get your happy feelings for a couple of weeks, but after your holidays blues, you're back to square one, and you've lost a bunch of money. But that's how I think anyway. Maybe if I'm traveling to learn something like a skill or technique, or like there's like a really cool exhibition, or there's like an objective to my traveling, maybe I'll consider it. Or even going to some locations with my friends or my families, then I'll definitely consider it. But traveling is not something that I would recommend with my friends and my family to do something, I guess. I've always wanted to travel to Japan or the US before I settle down and have kids and have a mortgage. But if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, like priorities change and money tends to go to places that has the highest priority, and traveling for me is at a pretty low priority. So if I could travel, great. If I cannot, so be it. There's just so many things I'd rather do than going traveling, like whether it's especially when I'm doing my hobby, something like this YouTube, or like playing video games and doing my other hobbies, going to the gym or drawing and something like that. Like I'd rather do that than traveling. Maybe because I'm an only child, and I've always been used to entertaining myself. Maybe that's the reason why I don't really prioritize travel as much. Alright, given this topic is not of my interest, I don't really care about traveling, I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully the next topic is a bit better, but I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have anything to say and you think you can sway me back into team traveling, let me know in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one.